Hi, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Optimus's webinar, the first webinar for 2020. The webinar is titled Dynamics Nav 365 Business Central, the introduction to Microsoft Dynamics Business Central to new users. My name is Vishal Ramnarayan. I'm the Business Transformation Manager for Optimus. And today, hosting this webinar is Mr. Noe Wellman de la Cruz. Noe is one of the senior consultants within Optimus Business Transformation, and he has tons of experience, years of experience, just over a decade or more of experience. If I start to going into Noe's certifications, most of this time will be taken up just doing that. So without further ado, let me hand it over to Noe and he can start to run through the demo for you. Noe?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Vishal, and for your introduction. And well, yes, the session for today is Business Central. We're going to review for new users and for the people who want to know, also NAB people, GP people, and people that want to know this Microsoft product is very, very interesting. Now we're going to have an overall review for you to see what is the top of the art in technology when it comes to an ERP solution. So thank you very much. So this session will be taking more or less 1 hour. We're gonna have a full review of the exploration, the information in Business Central. We're gonna be able to search, filter, and select the data for different functionalities. And well, we're gonna see how this is now working, because this is a Business Central in the cloud. This is the latest version, just released in December 2019 and updated actually in the same month. So this is the top of the most updated version of the Business Central ERP. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell you that what we are seeing here is the actual screen that a user would see. Immediately we are actually working with a business intelligence, not only for reporting, but we can see that here Business Central is telling us that we have just solved is paying attention to our best indicators, the most important information. We can actually design, everything is customizable. That's the first and most important part of it's very powerful. Business Central also has integration with other Microsoft products. Let me just show you for you to see what type of products I'm referring to: Outlook, Word, Excel. We work now in a platform when we work with Office 365. And another idea of Business Central is that we also work with other type of third-party software already pre-designed. That's the difference among previous and any other type of technology before. We now work seamlessly with third-party software that is an extension, and this is why it's called a extension, because we would like to now work with information, but you might work with a payroll that is specific for your country. If you want to work with PayPal, then in order to receive payments in the cloud, and some other type of applications that you would like to add, of course we have it. These are just some examples as an introduction of what is in the cloud, why is this big leap in technology. And here we coming back to our screen and to understand what are we looking at and how those applications integrate, how Business Central looks like. Well, here I have some other information in my screen. I have KPIs. In this case, I have different role centers. If I take a look at my settings, today I'm going to be a business manager. From here, I have other examples: human resources, finance, production planner, and so on, purchasing, resources, retail. So also it's a multi-language ERP, so you can select the different options that you have available for your company. Well, in this demo, I have different languages, as you can see from my list. Okay, also it's a multi-currency environment, so I can add a different type of operations with different exchange rates and so on. All right, so here, because I'm a business manager, I have information relevant for me that I can request to see on my screen. In this case, with overdue sales amounts that need to be paid, purchase that I still need to pay that are overdue, sales quotations that I have ongoing, sales orders, sales invoices. So I'm not going to be very specific towards one specific functionality, but as you can understand here, the business manager needs to understand what he needs to sell, what he needs to purchase, the payments, and other type of information. I can and I can add also videos that can help me here for some business processes when they are required. Now we can add multimedia, and here I have some other charts that are actually BI technology that is working in real time. And this is just a very simple a feature that I show just for sales operations, but you can select the chart that you would like to have, right? And here I have not only my only ERP solution reports, right? I also could add Jet reports, Power BI, and all the reports will be available for me to select any type of a report that I would like to use. Then my favorite accounts, you can add your list of customers, why not your favorite items, right? So you can add any type of information. Now, for me, because I'm the business manager of a specific division in my company, in real time, I'm gonna review in my own division the actual trial balance that I have. In this case, my P&L is showing me some income that I'm having in my division only. So how am I contributing to the company? I also have different type of approvals and time sheets that will be helpful. I manage some other people, so I can approve work to be done or reject it work to complete. I was saying that we have third-party integrations or extensions. I have here Power BI. Okay, as an example, this is just a regular a third-party software that I have. I have an account with this company, and well, I'm showing this because it's very, very popular, this type of BI reporting systems, and they are seamlessly integrated. All right. Not only I have my options to review a normal ERP information. Let's take a look at the chart of accounts as an example. So now with my functions, if I start to explore, I can by clicking on any request I have, Business Central is going to show me what is inside my ERP for me to show me the options I can select. As you can see, I have the chart of accounts, cost types, or cost centers. So this is normal functionality in my ERP, but also we have documents that might be added in my company where I have my library of different documentation, or even, why not, websites that could be start working on that level in everything in your own ERP window, in your own ERP screen with all of these type of options. So yes, why not? Let's take a look at the chart of accounts. But if I don't know how, maybe I would like to create a new account, why don't we just review the actual documentation for me to learn something about? So now this is getting me into the setting up account changing a document, right, which is part of the documents in Microsoft. I also have a video, right? This also could be added to your own screen in order to see the information, and let's take a look how this is going to be help you to have some training. Also, you have the manuals and so on. So it's just all about the documentation, how this will be helping us, right? So basically, the idea of the ERP is that you have a very integrated solution. So coming back to the actual chart of accounts, you can see, by the way, very important, since this is in the cloud, you don't need to have a server or in this type of on-premises solution where the consultants would go into your offices and they prepare a big infrastructure with different monitor screen servers with different type of a typology that you will be having. And of course, you would need to, and you require a people that should be technical people that should be specialized on the different departments of the IT processes, right? In this case, by just selecting in the cloud flavor of Business Central, which we are showing today, then you only would need to pay a monthly subscription, and everything will be then performed. Maintenance of your servers, updates of your operating system will be done by the service provider of your cloud server. Now, in this case, I just would need a simple internet access in order to actually work with all of these systems we are shown and we are about to show today. And here, well, the idea is that I have just my chart of accounts, just as an example. This is regular information that when we implement, we just take your chart of accounts in your company, we upload it, right? And we have a database where you actually still have access to your own information. And also if you require backups, the maintenance also, like I was mentioning, should be done by the provider. This could be Azure, Amazon, and so on. So this doesn't mean that your information is missing, but it's actually there. It's just that it's in the cloud, and this has the possibility now, because behind the scene, the technical people, the programmers, the consultants work behind the scene without you to, in previous years, any company that will require to go and use technology would also require people to specialize in different departments and areas of the functions, IT, also consultancy, training, and implementation, and all that. Now you will be avoiding all of that by using the cloud technology. How does this work? For you to know, you know, Microsoft is a very powerful tool where we will be then Microsoft as a company have developed in many years different solutions that now the idea of the direction or the roadmap of Microsoft is to integrate everything into just one solution. Like in this example, I'm showing you, to then work just seamlessly without you to have to invest on any other type of technology, infrastructure, or people, or specialized technicians and other type of resources. Now, if I just think of the possibilities, well, this becomes huge. But I'm just going to be starting with the basics before going into more advanced. We have intelligence, AI technology as an example that is the top of the art currently. But for now, let's take a look at the basics. Why not, if I just try to understand how does this actually works? Okay, here I'm going to take a look at some of the applications that I have integrated in my own environment. I also have OneDrive as an example. I can see a document that I have, and all my documentation that I would like to save to be seen and to be used by Business Central can be saved, okay, in the cloud as well. So your files related don't have to be in local computers. You have your library of documents or in the company of your company, right? That will be referred more or less to instructions, to updated reports that you print and you just save them, okay? Just as an example. Okay, but how does in the cloud technology work? Okay, you hire a Microsoft, a consultants, and you can hire Optimus, and then we will be opening an account in order to start working with Business Central, and we will be then managing your solution in a specific a way that is going to be helping you to understand all the billing that you will be having. You can pay licenses for Business Central, for Office, for Office 365, and like I said before, you pay a monthly rent for your different users. You might have 10 accountants where you have manufacturing or purchasing users, right, and so on. So in one single Administration center, we will be managing all the in this case, applications that you would like to use. We use we integrate your active users that you have in your actual company. In this case, I can see a list of different people that is actually having different licenses, okay? You can see here I have enterprise mobility, security, Office 365. Some of them are on license. And of course, I have Business Central, okay? Also, look at this. I have Windows 10 Enterprise that is allowed for Miriam Graham. So in her own solution, she doesn't need to install neither Windows 10 or anything. She just need access to internet, and everything will be available in that way. All right. Now, with this way, we also control centrally all the users. You won't need a server neither with Active Directory, where with your IT manager controlling the security and all of that. This is done through this specific in the cloud solution. And of course, we manage the same security levels that Active Directory will provide in a local server. So by having all these users, I control the licenses, I control the security, the devices that they can use whenever if you allow to use some functions or licenses for mobile. In some instances, there are differentiations between mobile or Windows local technology. And I have all the different licenses available. For instance, I have Office, Windows 10, Dynamics Business Central. I have also mailing solutions and OneDrive Access. So all of these solutions for different type of software, and of course, Business Central can be managed immediately in one single place. Also, I can create a group of users and so on, okay? Now I have also the possibility to review my services that I'm billing for my solutions, so you can review the purchase, the services that you have purchased in one single account, so you can monitor all the solutions that you purchase in the same place and so on. So for you to understand also what I'm just doing here is just an idea of how this the cloud solution works. How do we integrate different solutions into one single environment, right? Okay, once I have explained this, I'm just showing you that all of this is customizable, but I'm not gonna go deep into how do we design Windows. I'm just showing you the possibilities. And then I'm gonna go back into my Business Central solution. Then Business Central comes with the actual features that we will be working with, which is finance, sales operations, purchase. Let's take a look at the settings. And let's take a look also at the information. First of all, I have LS Retail, I have the Business Manager, Finance, Human Resources, Manufacturing, Sales Order Processors. For those of you who work with NAV, GP, or other Microsoft AX, Microsoft products, also AX is available in the cloud, and all these specific modules that are related to the previous versions are already here. So we have also services, the service module, we have manufacturing, we have all the functionality available like workflows, purchase workflows, and so on is here as well. So it's like having the same but enhanced with integration with other tools, all right? Just for us to show another catalog and start navigating, I have the items. And if I take a look, I have different options. And I'm just going to show, just for you to know how it looks, to have a deeper insight into the how does it feel to work with this in the cloud flavor of Business Central. So as you can see, here I have my items. And by clicking on any of these specific lines, I will be opening, everything now is opening in HTML windows or in your browser, in other words. So I'm just opening an item window where I have all the information of this item. I have all inventory related required information like the cost, the unit of measures. I have my picture of this armchair, and I just would need to review different information that I have for inventory. All right, it's here, and I can just use this. But in order to understand Business Central in the cloud, since this is working on HTML, once you start saving your information, like creating a new item and so on, everything will be saved automatically. So you don't have to like saving your computer or any type of file or information. It's just there in the cloud. You are working now in the cloud, and this is the way we will be working with in HTML pages. So I can also maximize, minimize, or actually I just can open in my new window in my browser the same information, so I can have multiple windows that I can just use to in order to toggle, use different monitors. So if I want to use my tablet as well, the possibility, well, the idea is that it will be really very, very, very easy for the user to work with all these functions, right? So I'm just going to close this new window that I opened. And if I just continue reviewing the functionality, the idea of having the solution integrated in one single environment is that you will be having an enhanced functions, and when we deploy this central, and more functions with all the tools that you will normally use, like Excel, like Word, so you can export, import information from your if you want to print a report, just immediately report it, print it in Excel or Word, also as well as the cloud. For those of you who actually use a Business Central on premises, well, you would or NAV, you if you remember, you need to purchase your license and start configuring everything in the server and so on. So you will be avoiding that type of work with this new technology. As an example, well, I could have dozens of different integrations. I'm just going to be showing the basic ones, the most used ones also. In this example, I'm opening a Outlook as well. And while Outlook is being uploading the information, look, I haven't actually left my Contoso Electronics company. I'm still in the same company, but this seems for the new users like if Outlook was integrated into the ERP or such a flavor that you could see how this is integrated. Very interesting. Now, I'm going to click on all the emails that I'm receiving from my contacts, Patty Fernandez. So this is a simulation document for an electronic document, okay? So also, the idea of having all this information is that you will be normally working in Outlook, correct? So you will be receiving, you can create your folders. There's no differentiation between the normal Outlook that you use, right? I'm just seeing my groups of different emails that I have. Let's take a look at the calendar as well. And here you will be creating your tasks. You will be creating your regular meetings that I have. As you can see, I have a pretty tight schedule for the month. This is for January 2020, where I then would like to start working with my emails. I would normally come back into my systems and then come back to my Outlook, making manual notes or in Excel or in Word, in other type of files. In order, well, maybe just to make a simple sales operation. Now you will be avoiding to do all that work. The idea and how this is then now working is that, for instance, I have maybe a meeting where I will be having a lot of people that will be involved in this type of meetings that I'm actually working with. So for me, the idea of having all these meetings is that I will be scheduling maybe, let me try to look for a meeting that is for sales operations, like a review, market plan. No, this is internal. Oh yeah, project tailspin. Okay, so I was in Outlook working with the different people that I'm contacting, right? And I will be maybe using third-party software in order to show my screen or something like I'm doing currently with my application to show the webinar. And the idea is that, okay, I might be selling that product. My products in my company, I will be telling you, okay, I have different, I'm manufacturing or I'm reselling my products. I'm gonna give you discounts if you offer right now. And that's the difference when you start working with the operations. Then, what do we do normally? Okay, we go make some notes, come back into the office, and then start working and create more meetings internally and in order to attend these same people. Okay, that I'm having this meeting just right now. But with my tablet, I just can go into the meeting, I can visit my customers, and I can open my in the cloud solution where I would be opening my meeting, or if I'm with them, working with all of the people involved in the company and so on. So all what I'm gonna be doing is just very insightful into what will be the scope of this meeting in this webinar. Now, I'm opening the Business Central a tool, or in this case, in a add-in, but now remember, previously I was in Business Central showing applications, but now I'm in Outlook and I'm opening Business Central add-in in Outlook. Okay, so you can get your add-ins whatever you want to use, you can explore. And now I'm going to click on the Business Central in order to create a sales invoice. While I'm in the same meeting that I'm working, I'm going to then open the solution. I'm gonna be making my speech with my customers, with the other people that might be in different places. And here, I will be then going to be able to create this as contacts if I need. Okay, so you can create new entries for contacts, or if any of these people is already a contact, that surely should be done before the meeting. You have all the information, the telephone, and so on. So the idea for me is just to click on any of the contacts that I have for me to start working immediately with it. So what am I doing here is, while I'm selling my products here, I'm going to be creating an actual invoice, because the idea is you're going to be able to sell and to prepare the same information, to get the quotation and to actually prepare everything. So I'm just going to say the attendance desk that we reviewed a moment ago. And here I'm just offering, I'm just maybe negotiating. I can select, okay, which is the warehouse that is the nearest to the customer from my own warehouses that I have. So you can select now all of this, okay? Or you can negotiate if also the customer have different locations, what will be the most convenient. So in this case, I'm just going to select the main warehouse. This is like creating a sales order actually, but I'm doing it in Outlook. So this is a really big advantage. I'm getting, most importantly, the unit prices. You can see more details if it's required. So while I'm just actually making my speech, and if I'm receiving the order, I can say, okay, if you place this, I'm going to give you a special price, and everything is editable in the same Outlook that you are opening in your same meeting. And you can use not only this, but tasks, in Outlook, your contacts, you can synchronize between Business Central and this application Outlook. So for now, just to mention about my sales operation in this meeting, well, I will be using all the information on regular sales if I want to offer discounts, if I want to work with specific shipment days where, well, all the information, right? I'm not gonna go more in detail, but you get the idea, you get the flavor of how this is integrated, and you don't have to, and as I'm showing here, this can be open in your laptop, in your tablet. You could do exactly the same functionality because this is now in the cloud. Okay, so for me, I don't have to do nothing else, but let's say that for a second, maybe I can even review my accountability, my accounting information. If I take a look at the preview posting, okay, this is now super advanced. This is top of the art technology. I could just be checking, for instance, what I'm selling, what I'm checking all the information. I have all the entries. I have the customer ledger entries. I can review the balances, the taxes. I could even review the GL information that I will be checking, okay? So just as a general review, but for now, the idea is that this could be a review and predict the payment also as well with the new functionality for business intelligence. This will be analyzing the customer a payment historical data and tell you more or less how they are capable of paying, let's say, all right? So basically that's it. So I have statistic, I can add comments, I can approve this, or I just can immediately register the sale operation by the sales invoice 2228 and I just can post it. So this will be finalizing my meeting. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. And this is all. So all this information then was then in order for me to integrate, right, the functions, the most important functions that I have. I'm just going to close now my meeting. And I have finalized my work for today with this customer. Okay. Anyway, coming back to the LS Retail, Business Central, I have more applications that I can work with Business Central. This was just an example, but we have Word, your calendars, other functions like Dynamics 365, where I have other extensions of the actual regular modules like field services. So maybe you would like to also control logistics, having reporting ideas like using Power BI. So all of this is now, like I've shown how Outlook is integrated. Well, according to the specific functions that every software might have, then I will be having the possibility to work with, because now was predefined and pre-designed to work with Business Central centrally, right? So I'm going, if you saw, I navigate from Outlook to Business Central just by clicking on my applications. So I have a menu of applications, all of them in one single place, and then I can just toggle between the information that I just want to show and to present. It depends on my activities. And now here I, again, in my office, working with my own information, and I'm just going to be working now with my information of the sales orders, because I need all this information was sent to the warehouse. They need to now work with that. I don't have to do anything else, right? I don't have to work with the more complicated type of integrations, okay? I was just working in Outlook, but now the warehouse, the accounting process was already performed, was completed, right? So I don't have to do anything else at this moment. Okay, so the information that I have just completed, open a sales order, a regular, it was already posted, okay? But just showing you more functionality. I have some other type of documents. I have my sales orders, my purchase orders, and here, of course, I have integration with that Outlook, like you have seen. If I create a new one, a new sales order, I will be able to send via email the requirement, the invoices, everything will be just integrated. So you can, for instance, email this confirmation, pick your instruction that is going to be helping the assembly department or your warehousing, right, processes to complete all of the information. Then once I understand how in the cloud technology works, how everything is now integrated, then all the regular models, let me show you at least some other profiles for you to see. I was working as a business manager, but also I would like to then see how the finance screen looks like. Let's wait. And then meanwhile, Business Central for me, even though it's in the cloud, I can connect it to my infrastructure. It has different flavors. You will be using your regular printers. We are going to be working with you directly with that in order to, while we make the implementation work with your own infrastructure and work with that. Now I'm seeing at the information that the Kronos, the accounting people will be working, using in order to work. And here I have all the different, well, this screen is not anymore so operational, because now I'm just showing the modules that I have. So I have the general ledger, the GL budgets, account schedules, okay? I have payables, cash management, fixed assets, all right? So all the modules that finance has, you can still navigate. You don't only have to open the functions like I did in HTML, the regular menus. The search functions are still there. This is just enhancing more applications in order to integrate with my company. So while I'm just working with the functions, I can just continue to explore, and I'm just going to review another one for you to see my informations. Where is this? Okay, I have my administration, I have my accountant, I have the business manager, and I also can use any of them. I can, let's take a look them at the manufacturing role center, where all the information while I'm operating. Manufacturing has also different planning, operations, capacities, and costing type of operations, all right? So also you can navigate, we can control your permissions to help you to explore and make limitations. So what you can see as a user, and because I'm the administrator, I'm using at this point everything, and I'm showing all the modules that we have available. Administration, part of the IT, or now key users administration topology. I have my projects in order to work and use jobs. So I can control, as an example, internal projects for marketing where people will be involved, where I will be working with resources, with items, adding time, and I would internally need to control the cost of those projects, all right? So it's like a work breakdown structure of a specific work I need to do internally in my company. Then I have the services. The services module is more or less used for maintenance. The idea is that I can work with service orders where I will be adding time where of a specific works, type of different works. You can, according to your company, let's say that you offer maintenance for appliances, home appliances. Well, then we create items for refrigerators, for tables, for all type of home appliances. And sometimes you would need to offer warranties. And not only that, but you need technicians to go once in a while in order to repair those devices, either internally or external, and visit your customers. With this, you can create service orders to people, technicians that will be helping you. Then finance, well, we have the general ledger, cash management, to where you can perform banking, where you can complete reconciliations, import from your banks. We can help you to actually customize information and import it here, right, into Business Central. Also, we have cost accounting, which is more advanced type of accounting processes if you want to work with cost centers, profit. We have receivable, payables, fixed assets, where you would then avoid the previous work of any accountant that would do on a monthly basis of having to run depreciations for asset. Everything is done automatically. The inventory as well, all the costing for the company, the average cost of the items and all of that, then will be evaluated here in order to get your inventory valuations completed. Purchasing is going to be helping me in order to not only have the vendors, the items, but also planify, replenish my company, and then working with the ERP in order to complete your entire purchasing process with replenishment automated. And today, now in the cloud technology, we also have artificial intelligence to help you replenishing according to your historical data. Inventory and costing then, well, this is different because in this case, you can design your specific items. This work in coordination with warehousing as well, because, well, you can manufacture, you can assemble your items, you can work with a different type of variables that affect your cost, or just purchase and then resell, all right? So inventory and costing, where we can also decide how, if it's FIFO, or if you would like to use any type of costing methodology, well, we're going to help you in order to implement this for you according to your requirements. Warehousing then is going to be helping me in order to actually move, stock my inventory. If I have one warehouse of a multi-site, if I just want to work manually and on a basic environment, or with a very advanced topology of your warehouses where you have different zones with handhelds and so on. Human resources is a very particular module that is still there in order to at least upload your employees and set up some variables, but also human resources can be integrated and should be done to your local type of, by country, the type of structure that you have for your payroll, which will be local, but Business Central doesn't have all the type of structures for payroll systems and accountability that every country has, but we can still work with the human resources module. We can integrate our import your information by employee and so on, so we can continue doing and integrate with finance. Then resources, well, we have, and we can control now time of our people that we can upload. Maybe we have the same technicians that we mentioned before for services. We would like to approve the work they do in advance, plan for the entire week the work, and upload timesheets that the manager can review, approve, and so on. Okay, manufacturing then will be helping me in order to create bill of materials for different formulations, or maybe assembly a type of items, right? Assembly management. It depends on the flavor and complexity of your manufacturing systems, the manufacturing processes that you have. We have lean manufacturing, we have a middle or very, very type of complex type of manufacturing, where you also control your times, you control the backflush, or you control this type of costing with standard costing procedures. So manufacturing is very, very complex, and that's very good. It's a very powerful tool when it comes to manufacturing, and at the end, sales and marketing. Well, sales and marketing is going to help us to sell, create sales orders for our customers. So marketing, if we want to also work with a CRM, we have a small version of CRM where you can just actually structure your customers with the specific segments and so on, so you can send your promotions, emails, and so on. Then also we control the pricing, because we know that every company requires to offer different discounts, different price lists per user, and so on. So all of this is Business Central, all these specific modules and all this integration. Now you know how and what will be the difference with normal or previous versions of any ERP. We don't need any more. We don't need technicians. We just need to have access internet in order to have all of these solutions able and available for me to use in any type of a computer, tablet. Even if I want to work with mobile technology, I also have the possibility with Business Central to work with applications and Android. Also, we work with iOS and so on. So basically, that's just an introduction of what is Business Central in the cloud and what can be then done with all of this for you in the company. We can administrate your users, your applications in one single site for you to don't have to purchase softwares all over with different providers and so on. Everything is just one single site, which could save you not only administration time, but also having discounts where you purchase different packages. In this case, if you come with Optimus and go with Business Central. If you are interested in third-party solution for reporting services, and as an example, if you want to purchase your Office solutions, and because you need a Word, Windows, and all of that, well, we can then create a package, work with also implementation hours, and according to your requirement, we can make the life easier for you whenever it comes to ERP implementations and technology information. So basically, this is the end of our introduction to Business Central. Thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we can see in the different webinars that we're going to be having through the rest of the year. So thank you very much, and have a nice and great year. Thank you. See you next time.